Hey guys, hope everything's going well. You guys know the drill. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at AIH_sports. So it seems that I got quite a new followers. So welcome to my channel for the first time viewers. Alrighty, today I'm going to be talking about this one card I showed in my video last week and earlier this year when I bought it. And it's a 2003 Raphael Nadal PSA 10. And like I said in the video, I bought it for about 700 bucks. And I talked about the strategy of how I'd get out of this mess because I'm underwater right now because one card sells close to $100 some of the last auctions. And I would be buying in a few years. One person that commented on my video said that, hey, the prices hit a real low. Maybe you should consider buying some to lower the cost basis, basically the cost that you acquire the card at, because my strategy is to dollar cost average. And I thought about it and I'm like, okay, it doesn't hurt me if I spend $130. I'm not going to lose my shirt if I spend $130 on this card. And at the same time, I'm going to be lowering the cost that I acquired it at. So what I did was, now I have two of these. One of them cost $700 and one of them cost $130. And I'm probably going to be buying more. I'm going to be buying them on the way down to lower the cost that I acquired it at. And like I told you, I'm dollar cost averaging basically. I'm lowering the cost of these cards. So if these cards go up significantly because Nadal wins a few more titles or a few more Grand Slams, then I could get out of this jam. And I liken this jam to a pitcher who has the bases loaded with no outs, and he gets out of the inning by getting a double play ball and then having a fly ball out and just only allowing one run. And that's how I want to get out of this. I want this basically to be a break-even investment, is I botched this up. I didn't analyze it correctly. And why I didn't analyze it correctly? Because I got blindsided by the pop reports. And usually I do look at the pop reports just to gauge, okay, what's the actual supply of a high-end card? And usually it's worked out for me. I did that with some of the Mayweather cards I bought, or one Mayweather card I bought, a Khabib card that I bought, even some Tom Brady cards that I bought. I looked at those pop reports, and if you try to compare it to Michael Jordan cards, I saw a decent opportunity in Tom Brady cards. Well, I didn't realize that Michael Jordan cards would go insane as well. That I missed that, especially his rookie cards. I bought a few Jordan cards, but I got rid of them mostly last year. But going back to the pop reports, earlier this year or late last year, I don't remember the exact time, I saw a PSA 10. The pop report said 40 PSA 10s. And within a span of close to a year, you've gone from 40 to about 410 PSA 10s. And I'm like, whoa, that's insane. That's crazy that over the past year, that many people sent their Net Pro cards of Nadal. And I'm not bitter about this. I'm not angry about this. It's just a learning lesson that there are millions of cards still at PSA. And I understand why some individuals right now want all the cards come back graded before they make a large scale investment. That totally makes sense. And I don't blame anyone for waiting. Just for my case, I want to get out of this jam, and I'm slowly doing so. And a few things about tennis. So here's the deal. Roger Federer is on the way out. And there's always this debate, who's the GOAT, Federer or Nadal? I'm not a tennis expert, but this is what they talk about. You know, in basketball, they used to talk about LeBron versus Michael, etc., etc., etc. And there's another individual, Novak Djokovic, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, he was probably on his way to being the best tennis player and could potentially enter GOAT status if he wins more Grand Slams. If he wins more titles, then yes, he is definitely going to be on that list. But as of right now, it's Federer versus Nadal. And the thing is, Federer is going to be on his way out, in my opinion. With his injuries, he's not going to be as effective, and he's a little older than Nadal. I think Federer is close to 40 years old. Nadal is in his mid-30s, so he probably has a few more decent years to win a few more titles. And Djokovic, so here's the thing about him. In Australia, for the tennis tournaments going on there, he's not allowed because he decided not to take the jab. And I don't think he is going to take it at all. And we live in a society, whether you agree with his decision or not, we have professional sports saying to athletes that if you don't take it, you can't play. And that's the case in New York City, where Kyrie Irving is not allowed to play. And I'm just looking at it, okay, take my personal opinion out about the jab. Now, what does this mean from potentially an investment perspective? Now, this is an investment video, or this is my opinion on an investment. Usually I've been talking about collecting my last few videos, or for the last month or so. But this is more of an investment video, like I stated. So Nadal, he went after individuals that didn't take the jab. Okay, whether you agree with him or not. That's what he said. So Nadal took it based on his comments, and Djokovic didn't. So I'm looking at it, okay, from a speculative perspective, Nadal is going to be able to participate throughout the world to win more championships. And these cards, like from the top, it went from $700 to under $100. The last Four Sharp Corners auction I saw was like $92. And if it goes lower, I'm going to probably buy more. And the thing is, if Nadal wins in the next few years before the crash that I'm talking about, I could get out of my position a lot sooner if the card decides to spike up and there's more demand because he wins. This is, once again, speculation. And if he doesn't, I'm going to buy lower. I'm just going to buy lower to lower my basis. And eventually, I'm pretty confident I'm going to get out of this mess. And I'm not spending thousands and thousands of dollars. It's what, $100. And in terms of sports cards, that's nothing. But I wanted to give you also context in Djokovic. His 2007 Ace, I think it's called a Straight Sets card, on eBay, that sold for about $2,600, or in the 2000s, 3-4 months ago. And one of the latest auctions is about 600 some bucks. That price had over a 60% haircut within just 3 months. That shows you, in a market that isn't liquid, the price of cards could completely collapse just like that within a short period of time. And I talk about the stock market all the time. I talk about those type of moves. Like a 70% move happened in 2007 to 2009 on the downside. And that took approximately, if I do the math, what is it, like 18, 19 months at least? And we're talking about moves 70% on the down end for this Djokovic card, who is a great tennis player. It went down at least that much in 3 months. That just shows you one of the dangers in speculating in sports cards. And this is why I do my videos, because everyone talks about investing. There's nothing wrong in talking about it, but you still have to provide. I still believe that there needs to be context behind this. And one of the issues, I'm going to get into it in other videos, and it's liquidity. It's not like the stock market where there's millions of shares traded. And for a down move to happen, it's not going to happen usually all at once. It's going to take time. For this, if no one wants to speculate, if no one's pumping this up, guess what? The card's going to crash down. And that's something that we have to look at. But anyways, guys, going back to what I was saying, regarding pop reports, it's really important to put that into perspective, how population reports can change all of a sudden within 1 year, especially during this pandemic. You don't know if some individual has all these cards laying around and decides to send them out to PSA or BGS or SGC. And once again, I was surprised because I didn't think there were that many of these cards floating out there. But unfortunately, they were, and I had to pay a price. And that's why potentially do your due diligence and trying to figure out how many of those cards are out there if possible. Sometimes it's hard to gauge that, but if you can, make sure to do your homework on that. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below. Thanks. Bye.